What's up, guys? Just finishing up, getting my cup of coffee, and then we will get started. What's up to everyone here already? Dan, Jeffrey, Lycan, Jazz, and Duncan. I'll give it another like 2 minutes. Just finishing up brewing this coffee, and then we will jump into it. All right, screw it. My espresso machine is taking longer than I thought it was going to take to warm up. So let's jump into this now, and in 10 minutes I'll leave for like 20 seconds to go grab it. What's going on, everybody? Hey, Isabella, Martin, Bill Gates in the chat. Hakun, Saif, Elizabeth, Jazz. Thank you, bro. Yeah, I really appreciate it if you guys like the video. Helps with the YouTube algo for sure. What's up, Rob? Hype Emeralds, what's going on? Jeffrey, yes, cup of coffee. Matthew, Yo Cause, Roberto, Adam. All right. Looks like we're all here. Oh, I forgot to post this in my in the Telegram. Give me just a sec, and then we will we'll start. Okay, just posted. What's up, Eric? Rolly D, good to see you again. Okay, guys, so I tweeted, I hope it didn't like scare anybody, but I tweeted that things were looking a little weak before the daily close, and that's because I'm pretty sure I tweeted it during this candle. We were just like dumping without forming a wick at all back into this range, but we're bouncing nicely now. We've absolutely saved this hourly candle, and we have 8 minutes until the daily close. So things are looking pretty good right now. Honestly, pretty surprised but happy because I'm in a bunch of Ethereum and Litecoin, and so I want to see him bounce. So I guess we'll do a quick recap of, I guess, like a higher time frame overview of these guys, and then we will zoom in a little bit. I'll talk about the two Ethereum positions, the two Litecoin positions. We'll look at LTC, BTC, and ETH BTC, and then kind of go from there. I don't have a ton of time today, but I think we should still be able to get like a 30 or 45 minute stream and at least talk about my positions and what I'm looking for going forward, or what I want to see to get out or to buy in more. But probably won't be able to do quite as many chart requests today. But holy crap, look at this buyback. Okay, I guess we'll start with Bitcoin because that's kind of what we always do. Let me just check the chat. Say hi to me, Alexis. Hi, Alexis. How are you? Hi, man, Mr. Lemons. Let's go. What's up, Steve? Colombian Snow 901 Yas. Can't wait for the Big Brain Alpha. Super excited. Let's get it. John, Alexis, thank you. I will keep it up. Never been in a live stream before. Welcome. Thoughts on XRP? We might have some time to talk about that. The Telegram link is in my bio. What's up, Me Hero? What's up, Barney? Braden, Demo Cryptus. Oh, that is interesting. Thanks, BM. Good to know. Jeffrey, good to see you here, man. You're always in these. I love it. Okay, Bitcoin, daily time frame. This is where we're starting. Actually, you guys want to start even higher? Weekly? Full top down today? I mean, there's not a lot to say about the weekly other than we have some really nice weekly demand here. I don't know if we even go back down there, but we have cleared this high, and that is what we had to do. So weekly looks super bullish. There isn't really much I need to say about the weekly. We'll go back to this for the daily time frame. Daily time frame looks good. We had this slow upward grind, but it looks like it led to a breakout, and now I expect us to continue this breakout. I just wanted to see it. I wanted to see it close, like breakout. I guess you can't really see it from the daily time frame, but let me do this so I can kind of draw on it without crowding the whole screen with all my other stuff. I wanted to see it break out from this consolidation we were in. So we got a nice breakout here. I think we're just consolidating a little before another pop. So that's kind of what I expect to see with Bitcoin. 4 hour looks fine. Like everyone thought we just had this wedge here that was going to break down, or maybe they thought it was going to break up, but I've seen this pattern enough to remember that these break up a lot of the time. And I posted that thing on Twitter. Did I post? Where is that chart? No. Can't remember what I had it under. Whatever. It was comparing like the Bitcoin chart with the Ethereum chart. And yeah, so this kind of structure has been breaking out a lot of the time, and that's what we got. But now we've kind of just been bleeding off a little bit, had a nice bounce, but we're still range bound. We're still just consolidating. This was originally the range that I had on here. This one right there. I can delete this for now. But like it worked low time frame. We swept this low, broke up, retested it, started to bounce, but then now we've kind of been chopping around, and it's not really respecting the range high anymore. So because of that, I'm a little more inclined to adjust my range. It honestly might be something like this. See how the mid-range is holding up a little better here? The mid-range isn't like just right in the middle of all this chop, but it is being a little bit more well respected. Okay, see how we've been bouncing right at the mid-range, at the mid-range, at the mid-range, and then the daily open from yesterday is kind of what's capping the market. So for most of the day, we just spent it like right in here. So Bitcoin, I closed my Bitcoin long because I'm literally just paying funding while we hang out in this range, and I would much rather just let it do its thing, chop around, and then either get in another leverage long if we sweep this low and then get back above, which I'm not necessarily ruling out. Like we might come back and retest this high, something like this, retest this high, get back in the range, take liquidity from these stop losses and the stop losses there, and then push up. So that's one scenario I'm watching that I would get long, because if we get that, I expect this to push up quick, and then that way we're minimizing how much money we are paying in funding, and that's kind of the main thing that we want to avoid. And this doesn't mean that alts need to pull back this far, like they probably would, but how do I make you a mod, Bane? Do I do it here? Can you DM me on Discord and tell me how to make you a mod, and then I will. So that's one scenario I'm watching with Bitcoin. Or if maybe we only dip down a little more, set the daily low in. Once we get above this daily open and then back above the range high, I think we'll start to see more expansion. So when Bitcoin starts trending, I mean, you guys probably remember me talking about this before, but we'll get these nice explosive moves and then just consolidate for like 3 times as long as the explosive move took. And then once we start to go up again, you try and get on board for as much of that as you can. And then once it starts consolidating again, you can either hang on to it if funding isn't crazy, but right now funding is really crazy. So I'm trying to minimize the amount of time I'm in trades, and just trying to focus on timing them a little better so that I'm not just paying funding while we're ranging. And that's kind of what I'm going through right now with Ethereum and Litecoin, but they have been trending more. Like you can see the past day, Bitcoin didn't break its high from yesterday at like noon, but Ethereum, that was this high. So Ethereum's still going. That's why I'm still long in that. Litecoin, I am eating some funding, holding this, but I expect it to get going soon. We'll see. We'll talk about Ethereum next. Let me just try and pull this up really quick. Ethereum, that was this high. So, aha. Okay. Main, I did it. I made you a mod. Just don't kick anyone that's being nice. Okay, let me review the chat really quick, and then we will. Let me know if you guys have any questions about Bitcoin, and then we'll talk about Ethereum and Litecoin now. I think I got Tonino, Johnny, JPM Boss, Steve. No problem. Fawaz, Ahmed. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing any of your guys' names. Oh, we just got our daily close, so we'll look at that in a sec. Let me just review the chat. Steve, yeah, if you guys could hit that like button, really appreciate it. Thank you, bro. Arthur Hayes was the CEO of BitMEX. Really big fan of your content. Keep it up. Thanks, Jonas. Appreciate that. What's up? That blog by Hayes. I haven't read it yet, actually. Thoughts on Doge? We can look at that later, but it's kind of a meme coin, so... what exchange do I trade on? I trade on FTX. I can talk about that more shortly. Do you have a Discord channel? I don't. I just post on Twitter, and I have a free Telegram. Link for that is in my bio. Mr. Neck and Mr. Lemons, the best duo. Me and Maine are streaming together soon, so stay tuned for that. Okay, daily close. Just got it. Bitcoin looks fine. Like when I just look at the daily chart right here, it looks like we just retested this high before pushing higher. Like this looks like consolidation for a bit, expansion through it, and then a retest of this high right there. So we retested that. Now I would think that we push up. We'll see what happens, but overall that daily close looks good. And then the 4 hour, I mean, it doesn't look ideal. You guys see how much this daily open is capping the market? Rejected here, here, here. Literally every single one of these had a wick into it. But that tells us a lot. That tells us that once we actually close above this level, then we can look for longs to go higher. So even though that's yesterday's daily open, I'm still going to keep it on there because not only is it the daily open, it's literally just a SR level. Like, here, let me make it a little thicker. And I'll change the color because it blends in with the candles. You guys see how well right here. It's basically the bottom where we bounced right there. Then we closed through it, chopped around it once, lost it, wicked into it, rejection there. So not only is it the daily open from yesterday, but it's also just some pretty clear SR at the moment. But we'll see. You know, I say this in almost every stream because almost every stream is right at the daily open. I don't trust a pump that just goes straight off the daily open. So I would honestly rather have it pull back a little and then start breaking up, put the low of the day in early. But yeah, enough about Bitcoin. Let's talk about Ethereum. So Ethereum was consolidating for quite some time. The first position we are in is when we flipped 1850. We were talking about this. It was this level right here. So I think we developed this plan earlier in the week, sometime after Monday, because I know we had Monday's range in. We developed this plan, and this was our key level. We had deviated above it, rejections here, rejection there, and I said, once we finally flip this, I want to enter along. And so we had this candle right here. I don't know if you guys can tell the one I'm pointing to, the green one, that broke through, and then right after we had that break right here, I set limits at 1847, which was the SR flip we were looking for. It bounced from it initially just a little bit right here, and then I was like, oh sweet, great entry, and then it dumped down, but we stuck to the plan, and it's pushing away a bit since then. So that is looking pretty good. We pushed up like right after we entered, and then ranged. We were ranging for a while, took out the low, ranging, and then this was earlier today when I said that, actually, I think we talked about this in the stream yesterday. But this is the scenario we were looking for to add onto our Ethereum position, a breakout out of this range. And that's what we got right here. So when these two candles closed above, I set some limits that got filled on that red candle, stop loss here, and I've also moved this stop loss up to here as well. So even if this dumped straight away because we have an entry from earlier, I would lose what, like 0.17 R, which isn't ideal, but that's a super tiny loss. And if it hits target at 2000, or if I close it early, because I think if we lose this range high, I'll probably close it early. Like if this bleeds down and then it's trading in here, I'd probably just take some profit. But yeah, don't trust those daily open pumps. But for right now, I'm still in this trade. I think it should be, I don't know. I can say whatever I want. All that matters is what actually happens. But I mean, we have this plan in place. We followed the plan, and now we just have to stay patient. I am paying a bit in funding, but I think this could literally start ripping up any day now. So I'm staying in this. We'll see what happens. If it does start to pull back early in this new daily candle, I want it to be just another wick. Like I would want it to be here and then quickly back above. But if we start closing like some hourly candles back inside this range, then I would cut this trade. And then just get back in later. So that's kind of the plan for Ethereum. Does that make sense for everyone? AA, smash the like right now. Thank you, bro. Can you explain why people are paying funding on perp futures when they could buy quarterly futures instead? Yeah, I would just say it's mostly because of the liquidity. You can't get, or it's harder to get filled on bigger position sizes on the quarterly futures. You probably could on the Bitcoin ones, but then when you start trading alts, the futures definitely don't have as much liquidity. Opinion on BNT and Ball, I'm not sure. When should we sell alts? I mean, if it's your spot holdings, you probably hold on to it. I'm trading alts right now, so it's not like I think alts are just gonna completely die. Can you make a video about your background and how you got so good at trading? I think I could do that sometime. How do you get your TPSL blue red overlays in TradingView? Oh, this is long and short position right here. Okay, let me talk about Litecoin, and then we'll look at I guess I can look at the BTC pair of this right now. So this front ran the level I was watching just by a little bit, but if you kind of take it with the wick, like you could kind of stretch this demand level to right where it tagged, but I guess that's not the not the point. I'm not trying to catch the bottom on ETH BTC, but I want to get in after we have confirmation. So honestly, ETH BTC is starting to look pretty good again. If you guys remember from previous streams, this is the range that we were trading in for a while, right here. And after this sweep, it looked to me like we were going to flip this mid-range and push up. Unfortunately, we didn't, but now we had a bigger swing outside of this range. Now that we've gotten back in, though, it's starting to look better. So maybe we get rejected at the mid-range, retest the lows, and then get back up. But no matter what, if we're getting back above this weekly SR level, which I'll zoom out and show you guys where it's from, then that would be a very bullish sign. And the mid-range is also right there too. And you can see we've had some good interactions with the mid-range right here. The bounce, the rejection, breakthrough, immediate rejection, another rejection here, and it looks like we might be stalling just a tiny bit there. But like, guys, if Ethereum, if ETH BTC can break above this range high and actually hold it, I want to be in spot Ethereum. I mean, more like my long-term holdings, I have spot Ethereum, but I would probably convert some of the Bitcoin in my trading account to Ethereum if it gets back above that range high. So I hope that makes sense. LTC BTC does not look quite as good. I mean, it just looks like it's consolidating. This is still black from my old font or my old theme. We took the low, bounced up, and we're kind of holding above this level. But I mean, I would say this kind of broke out. It looks like we've swapped structure versus like broke bullish structure when we broke above these highs. But excuse me, overall this whole section just still looks pretty messy to me. So what I would want to see, probably a break above. Once we get above this high, then it's literally a breakout to here, to here, to there. But that's the first step, right? We got to get above this general zone, and then I think LTC BTC will start looking a lot better. Where's the range? Oh yeah, get my coffee. Shoot, I need to do that. Thanks for the reminder, Matthew. A video on using TradingView would also be much appreciated. I should do that. And then the range. Actually, that's a good idea. I could probably do that this week or something. I use the fib tool for my ranges. And then you just go into the settings and check the 0, 0.5, and 1. But yeah, I think a video on setting up your trading view and what tools to use would be good. If you guys would enjoy that, I could definitely do it. Okay, this is still looking pretty good. If Ethereum can break above 1950, which is where we got rejected earlier. I mean, this is probably going to sound super obvious, but if we can get an hourly close back above that, I think this will be looking really good for some more upside. And then Litecoin's tricky, man. I think this 231 is a pretty key level for us to get back above, but then ultimately this daily open from yesterday rejected us like 3 times. I mean, you can see we had this big candle, then big rejection, big candle, big rejection, big candle, big rejection. So getting back above that will kind of be the breakout play, I guess. And I think the long from the daily open up to 250 is going to be a quick one. So now let's talk about some targets. Everyone wants to know targets, right? We will talk about targets with Litecoin. Sebastian Wolf, love your content. Cheers from Germany. Where at in Germany, bro, if you don't mind? My family lives in Stuttgart, so that's why I ask. We'll talk about Litecoin targets in 30 seconds. Let me grab my cup of coffee. And thank you for your patience. All right, I'm back. I apologize for the 10 minutes I was gone. Sorry, not 10 minutes, 1 minute. We lost like 10, 15 viewers. Hold on, what happened while I was gone? So you're German living in a... Where did I... Oh, cheers from Germany. Any thoughts on algo? We can look at algo. Trader Cause, where can you actually learn something? Hopefully on my channel. That's kind of the goal of Stuttgart, so you should have a Porsche, maybe one day. So you're German living in another country. I bounce around a lot. I'm in Germany quite a bit, actually, between Stuttgart and Frankfurt, near Mannheim. Okay, I know where that is. Don't say sadly. Germany's the best, bro. I would rather only live in Germany if I could choose. Mark, I know where that is. Do you have a Twitter? I need to DM you a place you should go to. My Mark B213. If you have a Twitter, then DM me, because I have a place that you should go to if you live that close to where my family is. Okay. Enough of that. Yeah, Germany's beautiful, man. Let's talk about Litecoin targets, and then we will do some chart requests. Let me just... My chart theme was white, and so everything is... Give me just a sec. Bro, everyone in the chat is from Germany. I love that. When I'm in Stuttgart next, we can all go get some beer together. The beer here sucks. I mean, in Germany it's the best. That's why I can't drink beer anywhere else. Okay, Litecoin targets. So someone asked me on Twitter, I don't remember who it was, what my targets were or why I picked them. 250 is one of them, and that's because it's this high, which is inside this weekly supply. And so if we sweep that, like I'll be looking for like high time frame, we might sweep this high and then pull back to here or something, this weekly demand, and then go up. Or, I mean, given how the market looks right now, we might just do something like this. That's kind of the plan with that supply zone right there, and that's why I have 250 marked on my other chart, and then 304 is the other one because that's this swing high, and then 420. So that's how I'm playing my Litecoin longs. If these if this just blasts through 250 and stays above it, I'm taking profit at 305. And then once we break above 305, we'll look to take some more profit at 420. But because we still have these levels above us, it makes Litecoin a little more clear to trade. What's your thought? I lived in Berlin. Yeah, I did. Hi from Latin America, from the UK. What's up? Texas, Mexico, Poland. Lucas. My last name's actually Polish, but I won't say it on the stream, obviously. Luxembourg, NYC, Brazil. Let's drink some wine. Okay, Sebastian, you can have some wine. I miss beer though. I miss Hefeweizen. I'm from the US, but my IP is in Germany. I love that. Ja klar, sehr schön. It is very beautiful. All right. Okay, so I mean, those are the targets on Litecoin. Ethereum's starting to look good, guys. This honestly might start trending more. I'm happy to see this. Let's look at funding really quick. Okay, it's gone down a little bit. Bitcoin and Ethereum on FTX were higher earlier today. Litecoin is still a little high, but that dropped like that dropped 0.03%. Munich, Canada, Portugal. Was I born in Germany? You sound so American. Yeah, I lived there for a while when I was younger, and then went to high school and college in the States, and so I kind of lost my German accent. And now yeah, that's why when I was really little, I lived in Germany, and I still go there all the time because my family lives there, but I went to school in the States, and so got my education in English and all that. So that's why I don't have much of an accent, or an accent at all, I guess. I think if I went to high school in Germany, then I would have more of an accent. But because it was literally like all of high school, all of college, university, whatever you call it. Okay, those were kind of the main things I wanted to look for. We can do some chart requests now because I still have a bit of time. It is fun kind of just talking to you guys, though, to be honest. Well, those look old. I wonder if I took profit. Sometimes I kind of mark stuff but don't actually do it, and it'll be like for back testing purposes. Okay, this looks kind of interesting. I don't want to long this right now, but I do see a pretty clear range right here. You can see we had this swing high, swing low, took out the highs, took out the lows, bounced from it, and we're bouncing from it one more time. I don't want to long it right here because this level has been tested 4 times now, and I just don't want to long an SR level on the 4th touch. But that doesn't mean it can't bounce from here. It absolutely could, but I would want to see it start bouncing first, and then I think you could look for some entries around there on SNX. Good day from Australia. Dude, Australia is awesome. I want to move to Australia at some point. I visited Australia last summer. Well, summer here. Actually, it was more like fall, but whatever. And I would love to live there. I was in Bondi Beach for a while. That's a pretty cool spot. Atom. Yeah, I'll look at Atom. I'll look at Algo. I saw those. Comp. Let's try and get through some of these. I keep getting distracted with the chat. So many cool people. So this is just an update on Atom. We had talked about this last stream. Similar idea. This is holding up pretty well, though. It hasn't even visited the range lows, but we deviated the high. We got rejected there, again, here, and I guess right there. So that's a super strong SR level right above 25. And so if we can flip above 25, which is what I drew back there, I'd look to long, or if we swept the range low into like 20.5, then I would look for some longs down there. So that's kind of my plan. Oh, Kareem, TP on Ethereum. On Ethereum, I'm looking at 2,000 for right now. But honestly, if this really starts trending, I'm going to look to trail my stop up the same way I trailed this stop up to here. So which is kind of what I try and do when we're trending really hard. If we push up and then form a range and then sweep the low of the range and then break out above it, I don't want us to go back there. So if my stop was here, I can move it up to there. And then however long this puts an impulsive move for, and then it starts ranging again. If we get like a similar setup, then once it breaks out of there, I move my stop from down here to the new invalidation. And that's kind of what you have to do when it's in price discovery mode. But also, I can show you guys a way that I can use, like you can use the BTC pair to take profit. Like if this pushes up to the range high and starts to get rejected, then I would close some of my ETH position. Or if this pushes here, I guess we can talk about some more macro. I guess the main idea is just that you can use the ETH BTC pair to gauge when Bitcoin is going to start outperforming Ethereum. And so like when this is coming into resistance, you can trim off some of the Ethereum position and put it in Bitcoin or whatever, because at that point it looks like Bitcoin will outperform. And that doesn't mean the ETH USD pair won't stop going up, but it'll just keep going up slower, I guess. But yeah, this looks really good. What if it hits 2,000 on stream? That'd be kind of cool. Should we stream until it does hit 2,000? What do you guys think? Gotta love coffee. One sec. My friend Mitch just asked. He didn't know I was streaming right now. So there's about to be a King Mitch in the chat. Okay. Let's see. ETH pushing all-time high while you're talking LTC is going to the moon. Is LTC moving? Oh, a little bit. Pushed up another %. SNX. I think I did just look at SNX, didn't we? Yeah, we talked about this. ICX. They don't have a perp. ICX looks good. I mean, this is... I wouldn't get on board here just because it literally just had the impulsive move, but same range setup I've been talking to you guys about. If it does something like this, then you enter... Oh, that got bad. Then you enter on that right there. But after it's pumped up like this, you can't really buy immediately. And I'm not really sure as far as targets because it's not something I trade a ton. GRT. Okay, I'll look at GRT in a sec. Sorry, let me catch up with the chat. ADA, I can look at that. Beer is better than coffee. Yes, but only at a certain time of day. Mitch, you love coffee. You should try cocaine. I'm not a drug guy at all, really. I don't smoke. I don't whatever. I don't know what people do these days. Cause streamathon. Could you imagine we do like a 24 oh yeah, Cardi just said that, 24-hour stream. Where are the good buy points for ETH right now? We kind of were just talking about that. Yo, Eric, you should try cocaine, man. Okay. Okay, GRT. I'm sorry if I know some of these are kind of just getting lost in the chat. A lot of coins look like this recently, man. Like I think Comp looks like this too. I think Aave kind of looks like this. Yeah, and we've talked about a bunch of these on the stream. They'll go on these crazy pumps and then they just chill for a while. And we're kind of in that chill for a while phase right now. I think this probably would be the area I'd be working with. Yeah, I think it's got to be that. So if it can get back above the mid-range, that will kind of tell me we're coming back for 2.84. But so the coins that are just doing this, I would just stay away from them right now in terms of leverage trading. It's not worth like paying funding for something that's just ranging. But overall, like this, you can't look at this and say it looks bearish. It's just a matter of trying to time when it's gonna pump again. And quite a few coins look like that. But yeah, GRT looks fine. I'm fine charting, doing a bunch of chart requests, but I'm mostly only like I don't really trade any really small caps. Man, all these levels are just dark. Band, kind of the same thing. I kind of like this price leg though. Yeah, that mid-range is clean. So that's the high that we made, and then the immediate nuke, that low, and then we kind of ranged from there. I really like the mid-range here. I think a clean break back above that would be a long. How do you go about picking alts to trade? So usually I'll just go to, like when I'm trying to scan for setups, I'll go to FTX where I trade, and I will sort by volume, and then I'll kind of look at the top 5 to 10. But then I also just have some I like to watch a lot. Like Litecoin's been really good recently. I'm always watching Ethereum. I like Dot. Dot's been good to me to trade. I like Link a lot. I've been trading Sushi a lot recently. Someone said Algo. I think Mitch did. Yeah. Yeah, Mitch likes his Algo. Is it going yet? See, Algo looks a little different from the other ones because it looks like it just had this pretty clear break from this trend line. It looks to me like when I just look at this from a zoomed out perspective, it looks like this is kind of the area that's capping price. Like, don't tell me this doesn't look like the 6K floor right before it gave out. So get back above that, and I think Algo is gonna look good. Sushi. Yeah, I can look at Sushi. I like to trade Sushi. This was one of my quickest 28% trades that I've had like ever. That trade was insane. Sushi. I think I need to see it get above 16.67. It honestly doesn't look bad right here, to be honest. I just said honestly twice. Right in that breaker. You could probably long this, chuck a stop right down there. Target these highs. And then target 20 bucks. That doesn't look too bad. Sushi's always bullish. But if you want to wait for more confirmation, I would say wait for it to get above that. Bitcoin looks like it's moving, boys. I think, and girls. I know there were a few girls in here. There was a Alexis and something else. I forgot. So I don't want to only say boys. But flip this daily open, and this is going to look bullish. So, and that's not that far away. Like if Bitcoin can pump 300 bucks, we could be above that. Ethereum's getting rejected from that resistance. Litecoin is moving though. Thank goodness. I'm sick of being underwater on this compound trade. Ocean. Is the guy who asked is the guy who asked where I trade still here? Because now I kind of have more time to explain that. If you're still here, drop something in the chat. Oh yeah, UTK. I'll look at UTK in a sec. Ocean. Let's look at Ocean, and then I'm gonna write a note. I'm gonna message it to Ocean. Mitch, I'm gonna message you on Discord all the charts I need to look at. Ocean, Ren, Alpha, Comp, UTK, BNB. Because that's the only thing I have up on my other screen. So, okay, let's try and get a high time frame view of Ocean. It's a bullish market. Looks like we had a pullback. Kind of looks like it's breaking out. Like it was ranging here for a bit. This level was kind of capping price. Broke out above that. We're doing one of these little upward channels that we saw on the Bitcoin daily the other day. And these always seem to break out to the upside, but I don't really have a setup here that follows my rules. I mean, for the most part, I trade range sweeps. I trade demand levels and supply levels if they're around key high time frame SR, and then I trade other kinds of SFPs like liquidity sweeps, but that's pretty much it. So, I mean, for the most part, those are kind of the majority of the setups I look for. So this, like it looks bullish, but I have no justification for buying it here, if that makes sense. Okay, Daro Van Leer is still here. What platform you use to leverage trade? So I trade on FTX. That's why all my coins say perp, because I trade the perpetual futures. I think FTX is the best place to trade. I think Sam, the CEO, is an absolute genius. And no one is really innovating more than them. They have stocks on their platform now. I wouldn't be surprised if they had Forex at some point, and they're adding new coins all the time. They typically have lower funding than other places. Like if we look at this, where's my highlighter? Here's FTX, 0.05, 0.06%. On Binance, you're like 0.03 higher. On BitMEX, Ethereum is double. The Bitcoin one's pretty much the same. Bybit funding's way higher. So that's another good aspect. And also, I just like trust having my money on Bitcoin. On FTX. And they also just came out with lending. You can make like 20% lending USD on FTX's platform. So I can make a post about that or something in my Telegram at some point or something like that. They have a FTX US. So if you wanted to do that, you could. And also, if you don't KYC, you can withdraw up to $9,000 a day. Yeah. So even if you, like, theoretically, I'm not telling anyone to go do this, but you could use a VPN and trade on FTX and withdraw $9,000 a day without KYCing. So not advice, just sharing some knowledge. I'm a German citizen, so I KYC with my German passport. Why aren't more people trading the quarterly pairs? It's, for me personally, it's just liquidity reasons. The Bitcoin one you can, Ethereum you probably could, but then with other coins there's just a lot less liquidity. And if I like see a setup and want to mark it in, I wouldn't feel comfortable with the slippage. So if you guys have any other, I might make a FTX like tutorial at some point if you guys want to see that. I also have a 7% discount on fees if you use my link, and I should be able to get that up to 10% pretty soon. And anyone who's already on it will get a fee discount bumped once I get that moved up too. So if anyone's interested in that, you can let me know. I'm not ever gonna open a paid group. I just want to post all my content for free. But if you want to, I guess, give back or whatever, you can use my link. That's the only thing I would really, that's the only way I'll let people, whatever. Like, I'm never going to ask for money, but if you want to use my link, you can do that. And that's a way to support me and my content. So enough of that. Litecoin up 1.4% on the day. That's good. Okay, I'll keep looking at the other coins that we were talking about. Ren. Normal funding is 0.01. That's kind of, well, for Bitcoin, I would say it's 0.01. For Ethereum, it's pretty much always higher than 0.01. So I wouldn't even say normalized funding on Ethereum is 0.01. I'd say it's like 0.03 or something like that. But 0.01 is considered to be normalized funding. Let's see. Can you get me that referral link? Love to get a bit saved in fees and help you at the same time. Absolutely, man. Let me, I'll paste it in the chat really quick so it's easy for you. And then I will do those other chart requests. I guess I could also put it like in the Flip. Let me remove that. I think I need to. There you go. There we go. I think that one shows up as a link. So let me know. FTX tutorial would be great. I could do that. Tax issues with US/VPN FTX. I am not an accountant, so I will not speak to official tax laws. But once again, taxes. I'm a German citizen and have a permanent residence there and bounce around quite a bit, so taxes look a bit different for me. But I'd be happy to DM you at some point if you'd like to. I do still have some knowledge about stuff, but it's also, it's case by case. It's different for everyone, depending on where you live. Even different states have different tax laws, but okay. Enough of that. Ren, perp, this looks bullish. I guess a pretty textbook SR flip would be around like 107, 108. I guess it's kind of new on FTX, so I can chart it here. But yeah, I think if it dips down to here, that'd be a nice long opportunity. Ideally, it would not go below the origin of this pump, or else it would probably go quite a bit further. So you could chuck a stop under these lows, and I think you would be pretty safe. If we're in an uptrend and the funding is always higher, yeah. I mean, so funding is calculated based on people that are long versus short. And so if the majority is short, then longs will be getting paid. Funding would be negative. And then if the majority is long, then funding is positive and longs are paying shorts. So right now, it makes sense that funding is positive. So you kind of just have to deal with it and be a little more strategic, like I was talking about earlier, trying to time the entries a bit more, and then also use your collateral to your advantage. That's enough. I forgot to say that earlier. That is a huge thing that I love about FTX. You can literally hold like 10, 15 different things as your collateral. So like right now, I'm holding my trading account in Bitcoin. My long-term spot holdings, I don't touch them. But my trading account, I will rotate what my spot is in. So right now, it's in Bitcoin. But if ETH BTC starts looking pretty bullish, breaks above this level, the range high, then I'll convert some of the Bitcoin in my trading account to Ethereum, but that Ethereum will still count as collateral. So that is pretty cool. Because like with Bybit or with BitMEX, you can only hold your account in Bitcoin. And on Bybit, I don't know if you can even be in USD. On FTX, you can have USD collateral as well. But on Bybit, you need to hold Ethereum if you want to trade Ethereum. You need to hold XRP if you want to trade XRP. Hold Bitcoin if you want to trade Bitcoin, etc. So that's a cool thing about Bybit. You can hold whatever the heck you want as collateral. Made my first ever crypto buys thanks to your help this week. Awesome, man. It's not too late, so it's good to see that you are on board. Pull up gold 4 hour. All right. Does it look like poop? Dude, this is wild. I haven't traded gold in ages, but it's right by my old levels. Yeah, gold looks bearish as heck. I mean, near term. Big picture, it's probably still fine. I don't know if it bounces from there, though. If I had to guess where gold would bounce, I'd probably say this weekly demand. At least somewhat. I bet it's heading down there. I live in NYC and we have to pay additional tax just to be a resident of the city on top of state taxes. Yeah, that's brutal. Dude, I was actually, this is totally a bull market thing, but I was just looking at some of the super expensive places for sale in New York. It's just like these $20 million, I don't know if you call them an apartment or like I don't know, but just in one of those high-rise buildings, and you just have the most beautiful overlook of the city. Those places look sick. If Bitcoin goes to $1 million, then maybe I'll look at them more closely. Copper futures. What's the ticker for copper even? And let me look at these other. I said we'd look at Alpha. And then I'll look at Utrust. That one's easy for me to. This might be a interesting range still. Yeah, I think we flip this level, you guys, and Alpha will be looking good again. Like, not only is the range low there, but this has just been some really clear SR. Held it there. Had its last bounce there and then broke through. So anytime this gets back above here, I think Alpha will be ready to go again. Let me look at Utrust because that's one I know really well. Dude, oh my gosh. So I have two different computers, and one of the computers I use, I guess, just keeps messing up my charts because literally earlier today, I changed all of this stuff to white to match this new background, and it already changed everything back. It's so annoying. So Utrust, I'm pretty proud of this one because literally this was the Binance listing, it pumped up. I was like, all right, yeah, like this is a cool project. I like it long term, but I'm going to wait for this weekly demand. And then I was able to load up on a bunch of spot Utrust in the 300s SAT region. And then it gave a perfect retest of this weekly SR right here, hung out there for a bit. Now we broke the monthly SR, but we kind of chopped around it a little bit. Today they announced the Shopify thing, and so it pumped up a bit more. And I think I posted this on Twitter, but oh no, I guess it kind of already happened. No way. All right, well that was the retest I was waiting for. If we get another one, then you could still long, but anywhere above this monthly SR, I think is a good time to be in Utrust, and yeah, I think there's a lot of upside here. This monthly SR is the key one though. So let's see. Thanks to everyone still here. 140 is kind of a lot for when we're an hour into the stream. Sometimes we'll hit like 200 something early, but then I guess people just get bored of me. I closed this early, so that feels good. You guys want to know why though? Look how dumb this is. So Rect Proof actually pointed this setup out to me. We trade pretty similarly, so sometimes setups that meet his rules also meet mine, but give credit where credit's due. He pointed this out to me, and it was equal lows, trading in this range. We were looking for this 4-hour demand to get tagged. And here it just looks like it painted these triple lows, but then look at the freaking Binance chart. Whoa, what happened? BNB, there we go. The Binance chart was just so perfect. And so I got some filled on FTX, but if this is what I wanted, and it would be up almost 8R right now, but like this, the only reason I closed the FTX one was because it looked like it just painted a triple bottom instead of actually sweeping into that demand. So I closed it at the mid-range there. Oh well. But yeah, FTX is nuts. I'm hoping the same thing happens to FTT. This is one of my biggest altcoin bags from the $3 and $4 range. So hoping we kind of get the same thing. I wrote that super long 16 16 tweet thread on FTT. I love that coin. No, we love your voice. Thanks, man. Yeah, BNB is crazy, man. I don't know how. I remember being stupid long on BNB. I think it was like here. Or maybe it was here. And one of these dumps, I was like, okay, I'm done trading BNB for a while. And then it goes on this rip. Okay. Hey, Cause, which strategy would you take if you entered bull run just now? Losing my mind trying to catch every breakout. I guess I'll rotate into ETH and BTC when BTCD hits bottom. I would honestly pick a few altcoins, something with good volume. Like right now, I think LTC is one of the best things to trade, and just like focus on maybe 5 pairs. I know my watch list is huge, but I'm never actually watching all of these. Like I'll tag ones or whatever that I want to keep my eye on at the time. And I would say maybe just narrow yourself down to like 4 or 5 pairs. And yeah. Any reason for charting BNB on FTX instead of Binance? The only reason is like sometimes there's I guess not as much anymore, but sometimes there's like a slight discrepancy on where the numbers are. And so it's like if I want to set my orders at one level, I want to make sure I'm looking at the FTX price just so that when I type my orders into FTX, then yeah, I just want it to match up. They leave because I'm not shilling the next gem that'll pump 1000x. Yeah, I just need I need to make my YouTube, what's it called? My YouTube titles just super clickbaity, and then just be like, oh, yeah, that was just to get you here. And then we just talk about, I'll be like, the next 1000x coin or Ethereum to 10K. And then we just go on doing our normal stream stuff, but just super clickbaity titles. FTT price targets throughout the year. I think it's going to $50 soon. Let me find that thread. I have it in my so yes, to answer that other question about being safe, where is that? Any reason for oh no. Oh, are these exchange tokens, BNB, FTT, more safe than other alts? I think some are because FTT is like actually being used for something right now, you know? FTT actually has a use, and they incentivize it really well on the exchange by staking or just by holding it. You'll get discounts on fees, you'll get whatever. And so I do think FTT is a bit of a safer play because it has all these use cases already, whereas a bunch of projects are just ideas. So, Sear ESA, okay, I'll look at that. I get lost with the chart requests, and then I just like want to talk to you guys and hang out. I just don't trade that many coins. Wow, that was a good freaking plan. That worked out perfectly. Whatever. Okay, I have this dotted line marked. Is that the all-time high or the old all-time high? Yeah, okay. So we just flipped that. That's super bullish. Let me delete this because it's kind of bothering me. These drawings. Nice tag of Mondays. Old Mondays range. Let's see. 13 likes away from 100. Let's hit 100, boys. Well, it looks to me like we've kind of broken back into this range. I don't love that, actually. This looks a bit cleaner to me. I like how the mid-range reacted here. Held a support there, resistance there. So serum above here and then above there would probably be the two opportunities to get long for me. I know you wanted the hourly, but honestly, actually, I kind of like this. This is a really clean breaker setup. I always get questions about breakers, but let's draw this up. Is it 4? Yeah. Ooh, a 4-hour breaker. I might set some bids. Oops. So this is the last up move before sweeping all these lows. And if we got a dip into here, I think that would look super bullish, and you could play it something like, I know the stop loss is super wide, but if I would probably target $5. I don't see why it wouldn't. That's a nice psychological level too. That would be a nice little trade setup. I think that would be a pretty stinking high probability trade setup too. So that's a nice serum setup. That's a this meets my criteria for a setup. Oh, I forgot to answer that. How does BTC analysis affect my alt trading? It doesn't change my alt USD setups, but I do look at the alt BTC pairs to see what has more strength. Like, if this flips above here and the high time frame for ETH BTC looks super bullish, I will be aggressively entering, more longs on this. More longs on ETH USD. Am I still accumulating spot FTT? I haven't in a while. For a while, I literally was just rolling over all my profits from trading into FTT, and I'm so glad I did that now, because that was at like $3-4. There was a good question earlier about my trading account and my, where is that? Any low leverage entries? I need to make a video on risk management, because leverage is kind of a very confusing topic with people. It's all about the position size that you enter. Okay, I think I'm going to close some of this, because we basically just swept this high. I'm going to wait for the hourly close, but if this closes like this, guys, I have a rule in my journal where I take profit on H1 hourly sweeps of the high, no exceptions. So this would constitute as that. Okay, so back to the how much of my portfolios in my trading account versus in BTC and ETH. It fluctuates. It used to be a lot less, but trading has been very lucrative in 2021. And so I would say it's probably around 15-20% now is in my trading account. But I usually, I'll probably send some Bitcoin from the trading account to the long-term holdings every now and then. So, but yeah, that's a rough estimate. 88th like by Jupiter Jazz. Thank you, bro. Had to take an intermission to watch CZ show Binance Smart Chain on the Bloomberg. Is that why BNB is up right now? Another $11? Probably. Good sources for altcoin FA. I'm not sure. My buddy Trader XO is really good with altcoin FA. How do I get the simple 3-bar range tool? No worries on the repeat. I'm gonna make a TradingView tutorial, but it's just the fib retracement right here. And then I go into the settings and I tag the 0, the 0.5, and the 1. But yeah, I'm gonna make a TradingView tutorial maybe this weekend. This is annoying. My rule says it says trim position on any H1 sweep of the high, comma, all caps, no exception. That's how I have it written exactly. So I will be closing some of this Ethereum position. I'll probably do it from my phone. Does my FTX referral link work with FTX US? It doesn't. I have a different one for that, but that will only get you 5% off fees. But if you DM me, I can send it to you, and you can get a 5% fee discount. Yeah, I did SNX. Set a couple bids on the stream, early tutorial. The only problem is I'm going to have to blank out some stuff when I do the tutorial. So, yeah. I'm not quite prepared. Just accidentally opened TradingView on my phone. Let's see. In general, you meant Dan Man. What was your original question? Am I still accumulating spot? Yeah, I mean, well, wait, are we talking about, what coin are we talking about? We talked about Algo, but I can briefly pull it up again. I want to see a flip of this level. It's not like a super defined level, but like it was support here, here, resistance, 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 resistance. And if not, maybe we, wow, that is not straight. A sweep into this level could also be a long, and then you could compound above that. But that's kind of my plan with Algo. Yeah, I said the copper futures. Let's see, what is HG1? This is something I've never looked at in my entire life. So let's see. I mean, obviously, clearly this move is super bullish. Let me, trying to see what range I like here. I like ranges for high time frame. I kind of like this. That's a solid range. What about that? That might be even better, but it makes a little less sense. Let's see. No. That actually fits really well. So we're looking at this price leg right here that kind of created this range. I just really like how the mid-range had these interactions there. So I think that was the really key flip. It might, like if it came back down like this, I think that would be a great long because this was really key resistance. I'd expect it to act as support, and there's also weekly demand right underneath it. So I think that would look pretty good on copper. And then, man, I mean, because it kind of melted through that supply already, I guess targets, I'd keep an eye on these highs, which it's getting close to, and this high right there. So 3.98 and 4.2, and then other than that, like the all-time high. But I guess that's kind of my view of it. Oh, XTZ, we haven't charted that yet, but I remember seeing that one in the chat. XTZ just gave a nice retest. Had this marked a while back, and this high I would say is pretty important as well. Let's see. A lot of alts look like this, man, and I don't really know what to make of it, but yeah, I mean, nothing jumps out at me here. It's definitely holding support, but I probably wouldn't, like, I don't want to just pay funding if it's just going to go like this for like the rest of February, you know? So I think with a lot of these alts, I'm going to be looking for a break of the original high, because then I expect it to go put in another trending leg, because that would tell me the consolidation's over. It's ready to go trend. So that's kind of what I'm looking for on a lot of these. Kind of dope how charting is universal across assets. Great life skill. It is pretty cool. I like to look at the S&P 500 too. Dude, oh my gosh, it's pulling up all these old levels because I think they're like not cleared on my other computer or something like that. It's getting pretty annoying though. Main scenario, guys, I'm kind of watching for Bitcoin now that we're pulling back, is probably going to be like a move into this and then get back in the range low. That's probably what I'm looking for. After taking profits on ETH, where would I look to get back in? It's a good question. I kind of like this untapped demand right there at high time frame support. I don't know if we get that or not, but that would be pretty killer because all the stops right here, which is where I've trailed mine to as well. If we got something like that, I would absolutely look for longs here. If not, I think if you get back above 950, then I'd probably enter back in. But who knows? Like maybe our actual range that we're working with is this right here. And it comes here and then ranges here and then takes that. Like this might range for a while. So I think either you try and buy a dip and just position yourself really well with that at like 1860, or you wait for it to break above that 1956. I think that's what I would say. No problem, Hybrid Shadow. All right, guys, hour and 20. I think that was a pretty good stream. Main takeaways for me: I will be making a trading view tutorial soon. And you guys said an FTX tutorial. That would be helpful for you guys, so I could do that. I appreciate all of you that do use my link on FTX. And if you do, or if you don't, feel free to reach out about any FTX related questions, and I'm sure I can help. Is a retest of mid-range on Litecoin as likely at 210 because it took out the 229 high back the way? Okay, let me look at that before I end. Retest of 210. Right? Hold on. I think it could. I mean, if the market takes a pullback, I do like this 210 area to look for longs again. And it's right by the weekly open too. I wanted to see it push up to 250, and I thought it was gonna from here, but it hasn't yet. So I'm still playing this one by ear. Market could still push up. I just had to trim some off this because I need to stick to my rules. But Litecoin, it looks like it's just consolidating, and whether it goes down or if it breaks up out of this, we'll see. But I think my invalidation is fine right now. I could honestly probably have my stop right there, but yeah, I think if it retested this, that's kind of the same idea with this level right there on Ethereum. So we'll see. Tony, I don't have a Discord. I just have my Twitter, and then I also this is a free Telegram right here. I'll pull it up. Well, I'll pull it here. It's this Trader Cause TA, and I post stuff that I post on Twitter, but typically it's a little more focused and I don't post any trolling on there or anything like that. So, all right, thank you guys for being here. I will talk to you in the next one. Have a good rest of your day or night or morning, whatever time zone you're in. But talk to you guys later. Thanks again.